We live in a world saturated with images. From billboards to social media, we're constantly bombarded with visual information. Pop art was one of the first art movements to directly address this phenomenon. Let's delve into the history, famous artworks and artists, techniques and mediums of pop art. Pop art is an art movement that emerged in the 1950s and 1960s, primarily in the United States and United Kingdom. It is characterized by its use of imagery from popular and commercial culture, such as advertising, comic books, and consumer products. Amongst the early artists that made the pop art movement were Richard Hamilton and Eduardo Paolozzi in United Kingdom, Robert Rauschenberg, Larry Rivers, Ray Johnson, and Jasper Johns among others in the United States. These artists were reacting against the dominant artistic movements of the time, such as abstract expressionism, which emphasized the artist's emotional and psychological state. Due to its utilization of found objects and images, it is similar to Dada or Dadaism, which is an art movement that developed in 1915 in the context of the Great War and the earlier anti-art movement. Pop art's breakthrough moment came in 1962 with the first major pop art exhibition, New Painting of Common Objects, held at the Pasadena Art Museum in California.
Famous artworks and artists. First is Andy Warhol. Second is Roy Lichtenstein. Third is Charles Oldenburg. Today we explore the life and works of Andy Warhol, a revolutionary artist who changed the way we see art. Warhol blurred the line between high art and popular culture, making ordinary objects and celebrities the focal points of his masterpieces. So let's dive into the world of the Pope of pop art. Who is Andy Warhol? His full name is Andrew Warhol, famous for silkscreen painting, celebrity portraits, and consumer product in arts. His nickname is Pope of Pop Art. One of Warhol's most iconic series is Campbell's soft cans. He created 32 paintings each featuring a different flavor of soft can. His goal? To show that even the most ordinary objects can become extraordinary through art. Another famous work is Marilyn Monroe. This piece features repeated images and the Hollywood icon in bright colors and fading black and white. Warhol used this artwork to explore themes and fame, media influence, and mortality. Another explored the life and works of Roy Lichtenstein, a groundbreaking artist known for transforming comic books images into high art with bold lines, bright colors, and his signature bendy dots. Lichtenstein brought pop culture into the art world. Let's dive into the exciting world of this pop art legend. Who is Roy Lichtenstein? His full name is Roy Fox Lichtenstein, famous for comic books-inspired paintings, use of bendy dots. Main themes: mass media, consumer culture, advertising, war, and romance. Lichtenstein art challenged traditional fine art by mimicking the style of mass-produced comics. His work often parodied mass media, advertising, and American culture, making him one of the most important figures of the pop art movement. One of Lichtenstein's most well-known painting is Wham! This artwork depicts a fighter jet shooting down an enemy plane, inspired by 1960 war comics. It symbolizes heroism, war, and mass media. Another masterpiece is Downing Girl. This piece is a parody of dramatic romance, comics, and highlight exaggerated emotion in mass media. And last is Claes Oldenburg, a visionary artist and who transformed everyday objects into extraordinary sculptures with humor, imagination, and creativity. Oldenburg redefined what sculpture could be. Let's dive into the world of this pop art pioneer. Who is Claes Oldenburg? His full name is Claes Stor Oldenburg, famous for giant sculpture of ordinary objects, maintains consumer culture, humor, and everyday life. One of Oldenburg's most famous sculpture is Flurburger. This giant squeezy hamburger made of soft materials mock American fast food culture and consumerism. Another well-known piece is Sponge Bridge and Cherry. This massive public sculpture pictures a giant spoon with cherry, blending realism with fantasy, located in Minneapolis Sculpture Garden. It remains one of his most beloved works.
So let's now move forward to the techniques and mediums of pop art. The first one is Band-Aid dots. Band-Aid dots is a printing technique developed by Benjamin Henry Day Jr., where small, evenly spaced dots are used to create shading, texture, and color variations in images. This method was commonly used in comic books and newspaper to save ink while maintaining detail, as different colored dots could be layered to produce new shades. Collage. Collage is a technique where artists combine various materials such as magazine clippings, photographs, advertisements, and everyday objects into a single artwork to create a layered dynamic composition. Commercial printmaking refers to mass production printing techniques used to create multiple copies of an artwork, advertisement, or design. While silkscreen printing, also known as serigraphy, is a popular commercial printmaking technique where ink is pushed through a fine mesh screen onto a surface. Mixed media. Mixed media is an art technique where different materials and artistic methods are combined in a single artwork. This can include paint, ink, collage, fabric, digital elements, and even found objects, creating a layered and textured effect. Pop art today. Pop art today continues to influence contemporary artists, fashion, advertising, and digital media, blending bold colors, commercial imagery, and everyday objects into a modern artistic expression. Mediums: painting, sculpture, mixed media, photography, digital art. In conclusion, pop art was a revolutionary movement that challenged traditional notions of art and paved the way for new approaches to art making. Its influence can still be seen today in the work of contemporary artists who continue to explore the relationship between art and popular culture.